MrBeast told a lie about only finding out recently about bad things his friend Kris did. But actually, they both knew about it for a long time. Some messages were shared that showed they both talked in a bad way about kids. There was a server where MrBeast was involved in conversations in media that were not appropriate for kids. Some people in the server admitted they were only 14 years old, and others even said they were younger. MrBeast left the server in 2020. Nathan was in charge of an important group in a chat room, and he admitted to sharing inappropriate pictures of himself when he was younger. Other people in the chat room were also talking about sharing these pictures in private messages. This shows that the chat room was allowing and encouraging this bad behavior. Kris Tyson had a channel in the server that only certain people could see. This channel had inappropriate content that minors could access. Kris didn't care that kids could see it because he said it's not his job to monitor what they see online. Kris Tyson was a grown-up when all of this happened. He was in his early to mid-20s when the server died. There are more screenshots showing that Kris Tyson sent notes and pictures of himself in that channel, which is really gross. Some people in a chat group were talking about private body parts in a way that was not appropriate. A person named MrBeast, who was 19 years old, joined in and said some things that were not okay. He should have known better because he was an adult. This shows that he was okay with the bad behavior happening in the chat group. There's no excuse for what they did. And it's even worse for Jimmy because he lied about knowing about Kris Tyson's actions. He was part of the bad conversations in the server a long time ago. He spoke up when people started talking about it, not because he cared about doing the right thing. He should have spoken up about Kris Tyson's actions a long time ago, but he chose to keep it a secret. Kris Tyson was talking about and an SFW channel had a lot of stuff on it. A 16-year-old named Cookies saw the content. Kris Tyson was also showing a lot of attention to a 14-year-old named Bad Baby, and MrBeast linked to Bad Baby's account. It makes you wonder why they did this. Kris Tyson shared a website with inappropriate content, and there were pictures of MrBeast with a poster that Kris had in some videos. I don't want to talk about it, and Kris moved out, which doesn't help. This shows that Kris was a big fan of Shadman, who draws inappropriate content. Kris Tyson, who was in his 20s, asked Nathan, who was underage at the time, to create and run a channel with inappropriate content for him. Kris also added Nathan on Snapchat. Some people may try to say it wasn't MrBeast involved, but it was. MrBeast left the server 3 years after it was made because there were bad things happening there. He changed his username and probably deleted a lot of his old messages because he didn't want to be associated with the bad stuff. He realized it could hurt his reputation, but he still lied to his fans about knowing about someone doing bad things in the server. There is evidence that shows MrBeast is a high-ranking member in this online group. In the chat logs, there are numbers that match MrBeast's account, which used to be called MrBeast, but is now called Jack and the Goats. This account is linked to MrBeast's YouTube channels. There's also a video that proves MrBeast owns the Jack and the Goats account. He changed his name to try and hide that he was involved in something bad, but I have proof that it was actually him all along. Even someone who used to help run the chat room said it was him. MrBeast lied to his fans and tried to cover up his role in the situation. He also said inappropriate things about his friends in front of young people. If anyone tries to say MrBeast did nothing wrong, they are not being honest. I want everyone to watch and share this video so more people can learn about the situation. This video is not meant to be mean or hurtful, just to teach and inform. Thank you for watching. Make sure to join my Discord server and please consider subscribing if you like my content.